Hello, this is Gaur. Our today's topic is Introduction to Business. We will start the session with the concept of business. Business is an economic activity started with the objective of making money, related with the continuous production and distribution of goods and services for satisfying the wants of human beings in return of money. It is carried out on the regular basis with the prime objective of making profit. Mining, manufacturing, banking and insurance are the examples of business activities. Do you know what are the objectives of business? Business is carried out with various objectives like economic objectives, social objectives, human objectives, national objectives and global objectives. Let us discuss in detail. Economic objectives, first point is creation of customers. A business unit cannot survive unless there are customers to buy products and services. Second is continuous innovations. Business is highly dynamic and an expertise can continue to be successful only by adapting itself to change in its environment. Third is best possible use of resources. To run any business, you must have sufficient capital or funds. Another is social objectives. First point, production and supply of quality goods and services. The objective of business should be to produce better quality goods and supply them at the right time and at right price. Second is adoption of fair trade practices. The objective of business should be to adopt fair trade practices for the welfare of the customers as well as the society. Third is contribution to the general welfare of the society. This is possible through running of schools, colleges, etc. for better education, opening of vocational training centers to train the people to earn their livelihood, establishing hospitals for medical facilities and providing recreational facilities for the general public like parks, sports complexes, etc. Next is human objectives. First point, economic well-being of the employees. In business, employees must be provided with fair remuneration and incentives for performance, benefits of provident fund, pension and other amenities like medical facilities, housing facilities, etc. Second is social and psychological satisfaction of employees. This is possible by making the job interesting and challenging, putting the right person in the right job and reducing the monotony of work. Third is development of human resources. Business can prosper if the people employed can improve their skills and develop their abilities and competencies in course of time. Fourth is well-being of socially and economically backward people. Business units, being inseparable parts of society, should help backward classes and also people those are physically and mentally challenged. Then next is national objectives. First point, creation of employment. This can be achieved by establishing new business units, expanding markets, widening distribution channels, etc. Second is promotion of social justice. As a responsible citizen, a businessman is expected to provide equal opportunities to all the persons with whom he or she deals. Third point is production according to national priority. Business units should produce and supply goods in accordance with the priorities laid down in the plans and policies of the government. Fourth point is contribute to the revenue of the country. The business owners should pay their taxes and dues honestly and regularly. This will increase the revenue of the government. Fifth is self-sufficiency and export promotion. Every business unit should aim at increasing exports and adding to the foreign exchange reserves of the country. And last is global objectives. First point, raise general standard of living. Growth of business activities across national borders make available quality goods at reasonable prices all over the world. Second point is reduce disparities among nations. Business should help to reduce disparities among the rich and poor nations of the world by expanding its operation. Third is make available globally competitive goods and services. Business should produce goods and services which are globally competitive and have huge demand in foreign markets. Now let us discuss characteristics of business. The essential characteristics of business are: first is deals in goods and services. People in business are engaged in production and distribution of goods and services. Second is sale or exchange of goods and services. In business, the goods and services produced or purchased must be exchanged for money or for goods between buyers and sellers. Third is regular exchange of goods and services. The production or buying and selling activities must be carried out on a regular basis. Fourth is requires investment. Every business activity requires some amount of investment in terms of land, labor and capital. Fifth is it aims at earning profit. Business activities are performed with the primary objective of earning income by the way of profit. Sixth, it involves risk and uncertainties of income. The businessman who has invested their money in various resources expects a fair amount of return. But in spite of his best efforts, the reward he gets is always uncertain. Seventh is a contract. Every business is a contract or an agreement between two parties, that is, a buyer and a seller. Eighth is social responsibilities to their customers. Every business has its social responsibility to their customers in modern scenario. Ninth is it involves two kinds of goods. Business involves two kinds of goods, that is consumer good and producer goods. Now let us discuss the scope of business. There are two broad categories of business activities, one concerned with the production of goods and services called industry and the other with their exchange and distribution, which is called commerce. First is industry. Industry is that branch of business which is concerned with the production of goods and services by using the process of extraction, conversion, processing or fabrication of goods. Types of industries are, first is primary industry. The production of these industries includes all kinds of work concerned with the extraction of fruits of the earth or sea. Second is manufacturing industries. Manufacturing includes all the work done in an organization using land, labor and capital to make products from raw materials to semi-manufactured goods. Manufacturing usually takes place in factories, plants, mills, etc. Different kinds of manufacturing industries are, first is analytical manufacturing industries. Analytical processes break a raw material into two or more products like mineral oil. Second is synthetic manufacturing industry. A synthetic process puts two or more raw materials together and to form one finished product, for example, soap making industry. Third is conditioning manufacturing industries. A conditioning process involves such procedures as rolling, bending, drawing, forging, molding, aging, etc. Fourth is assembling manufacturing industry. An assembly process simply puts together various components, party-related manufactured to turn out new useful products. For example, automobile industry, television industry, computer industry and so on. Third is construction industries. Construction includes the erection of new buildings and the alteration of old ones as well as the building of bridges, roads, railways, streets, canals, docks, tunnels, etc. Fourth is service industries. A service industry produces intangible goods, that is, goods which do not have any physical form and therefore cannot be stored for future consumption. For example, banking and financial institutions, advertising agencies, transportation and communication. Moving on to the next topic, that is production of goods and services. Goods produced by industries can be broadly divided into three categories: primary goods, semi-manufactured goods and manufactured goods. Primary goods are those goods which are provided by the primary industry, that is from natural resources, and include products such as wheat, cotton, iron ore, coal, fish, etc. Second is semi-manufactured goods. These are processed goods but cannot be used by ultimate consumer or industrial user unless they pass through further manufacturing processes. For example, cast iron to pig iron or pig iron to steel. Third is manufactured goods. In this category, we include all those finished products that can be usually used by ultimate consumers and industrial users. For example, cloth, sugar, machines, etc. Another is production of services. Services can be classified into two main kinds of services, commercial services and direct services. Commercial services are designed to assist the functioning of industrial and commercial undertakings. They include the work of financial and insurance organizations, transport undertakings and advertising agencies. Second is direct services are rendered direct to the consumer in the satisfaction of a need. For example, the services of decorators, dyers and cleaners, beauty parlors, etc. B is commerce. Commerce is equals to trade plus aids to trade or auxiliary services. Trade refers to the sale, transfer or exchange of goods. Aid to trade, also called ancillary services or auxiliaries, help in the conduct of trade and include 5 important sectors: banking, communications and transportation, warehousing, insurance and advertising. Now let us discuss how business acts as a system. A business system is an established arrangement of components which lead to the attainment of a particular objective. A business enterprise is a system consisting of various subsystems which operate in a balanced, coordinated and integrated manner to make the whole as a business system. Finance system to look after finance function, production system to look after production function, marketing system in charge of marketing function, personal system involves the development, utilization and management of human resources. The next topic is how business is related to environment. First point is business and demographic environment. Demography is the study of human population with reference to their age, gender, status, occupation, income, education, etc. Due to diversified demographic environment, a business is compelled to adopt different functional and marketing strategies. Second is business and economic environment. The economic environment of a country comprises of the structure of the economy, economic resources, level of income, economic policies, etc. Any change in the economic policy can have a positive or negative impact on the working of the business. Third is business and technological environment. Technology includes tools, both machine, hard technology and the way of thinking, which is soft technology. Technology can greatly influence business decisions. It helps in minimizing cost, reducing wastage and brings higher efficiency in the production process. Fourth is business and natural environment. Natural environment is also termed as physical environment. Business depends on the nature for supply of resources like raw materials, water, etc. Geographical factors, availability of natural resources, weather and climatic conditions affect the location and development of industries. Fifth point is business and cultural environment. Culture refers to values, attitude, belief, morals, customs and traditions. Proper understanding of cultural dimension is very important for product development, promotion, human resource management, etc. Our next topic is related with the emerging trends of business. Here, we will discuss about the various types of business opportunities of this new era. The first one is network marketing. It is a business model in which a distributor network is needed to build the business. Usually, such businesses are also multi-level marketing in nature, in that payouts occur at more than one level. Network marketing is a type of business opportunity that is very popular with people looking for part-time or flexible businesses. Components of network marketing are: first is creation and implementation. A successful network marketing system will supply you with a platform that will allow you to create and implement content for your business, content with that you can share distributors or representatives on your team. Second is marketing products. A successful network marketing system will have a variety of marketing products that you can use to build your business. Third is successful sales funnel. The system should have successful sales funnel. This sales funnel should be designed to get you results. Fourth is training and support. Typically, that training will come in the form of videos, audios, PDFs, seminars and personal discussions, etc. Fifth point is success stories or duplication. When you see the success of others, it lets you know that it is possible for you as well. But what takes it to the next level is when it is easily duplicated. There are certain advantages of network marketing. These are: first is, with network marketing, you can work according to your comfort level and convenience. Second is, through network marketing, you can reach innumerable peoples irrespective of the region, nationality and geography. Third is, it can provide you a passive salary which is of a great importance. Fourth is, in network marketing, it has a very low startup cost. Fifth is, once you attain a good number of downlinks and members in your network and you are on a much higher position of the hierarchy, you can even earn good remuneration by doing some efficient work. While disadvantages of network marketing are: first is, the biggest problem with network marketing is negativity. Once a member is negative about his job, ultimately left with no option than to wind up all the things. Second is, the most important thing in network marketing is interact with new people and communicate with them, and not everyone is blessed with these skills. Third is, sky is the limit. Some believes, some don't. But this actually happens in network marketing. There comes a saturation point beyond which your business growth gets steady. Fourth is, you need a good social network to build your down chain, where most people starts with a high positive energy and soon gets vanished. Fifth disadvantage is, there are several products which are promoted through network marketing. Some attracts the customers and some fail to do so. The second type is franchising. Franchise system is equals to franchise plus franchisor plus franchisee. Franchising is a business model in which many different owners share a single brand name. A parent company allows entrepreneur to use the company's strategies and trademarks, marketing and training support, and in exchange, the franchisee pays an initial fee and royalties based on revenues. Franchising is a faster, cheaper form of expansion than adding company-owned stores, because it costs the parent company much less when new stores are owned and operated by a third party. Let us discuss advantages of franchising model. First is, franchisees require less initial capital. Second, franchisees are provided with significant amount of training, not common to most entrepreneurs. The franchisor benefits because it can expand rapidly without having to increase its labor force and operating costs. Franchised stores have a higher margin for the parent company than company-owned stores. While drawbacks of the franchising model are: first is, franchising stores reduces the amount of control that the parent company has over its products and services, which may lead store quality to vary greatly and store to store. Franchisees must pay a percentage of their revenues to the parent company, reducing their overall earnings. Business process outsourcing, or we can say BPO, is a subset of outsourcing that involves the contracting of the operations and responsibilities of a specific business process to a third-party service provider. BPO, that is contracted outside a company's country, is called offshore outsourcing. BPO, that is contracted to a company's neighboring or nearby country, is called nearshore outsourcing. The process of business is carried out from a different place than where the business is established. Moving ahead to types of business process outsourcing. Basically, there are two types of BPOs. First is voice-based BPO. This is of two types: inbound, or we can say inbound call center. This facilitates inbound calls that are made by the customers to acquire information or ask for help, which are commonly called as customer service. Outbound call center is where the agents call the customers to service them with the updated facilities and information and with the purpose of selling their clients' products. Second is non-voice based. Non-voice processes actually entail activities like email marketing, making reports, processing of papers, as well as several other activities where the agents are not required to speak to clients or customers. There are certain advantages of outsourcing. First is cost reductions. Cost reduction is done through process improvements, re-engineering and use of technologies. Second is concentration on core business. The management is free to concentrate more than on the core business of the company. Third is outside expertise. BPOs ensure that experts from another company provide the needed guidance and skills. Fourth is it caters to changing customer demands. Many BPOs provide the management with flexible and scalable services to meet the customer's changing requirements, and also revenue increase. By outsourcing non-core processes, companies can concentrate on increasing their sales and market share, develop new products, spread out into new markets and increase customer service and satisfaction. On the other hand, disadvantages of outsourcing are: first is risk of exposing confidential data. When an organization outsources services, it involves a risk if exposing confidential company information to a third party. Second, synchronizing the deliverables. In case you do not choose a right partner for outsourcing, some of the common problem areas include stretched delivery timeframes, substandard quality, output and inappropriate categorization of responsibilities. Third is hidden cost. The hidden cost involved in signing a contract while signing a contract across international boundaries may pose a serious threat. Fourth is lack of customer focus. An outsourced vendor may be catering to the expertise needs of multiple organizations at a time. In such situations, vendors may lack complete focus on your organization's task. Next topic of today's discussion is knowledge process outsourcing or KPO. Knowledge process can be defined as high added value processes chain where the achievement of objectives is highly dependent on the skills, domain knowledge and experience of the people carrying out the activity. And when this activity gets outsourced, a new business activity emerges, which is generally known as knowledge process outsourcing. The KPO typically involves a component of business processing outsourcing, research process outsourcing and analysis process outsourcing. KPO business entities provide typical domain-based processes, advanced analytical skills and business expertise rather than just process expertise. KPO industry is handling more amount of high-skilled work other than the BPO industry, while KPO derives its strength from the depth of the knowledge, experience and judgment factor. BPO in contrast is more about size, volume and efficiency. Let's discuss different types of KPO services. First is investment research services. Second, business research services. Third is data analytics services and fourth is market research services. Fifth is legal process outsourcing. Sixth point is patent research services. Seventh, business operations support. Eighth is editorial process outsourcing services. Benefits of knowledge processes outsourcing are: get proficient KPO services at a cost-effective price. For quality KPO services, you require highly qualified professionals who are very knowledgeable and skilled. You can get access to such professionals at KPO companies. You can be assured of the security of your confidential information, as most KPO services providers take the security of data very seriously. But outsourcing KPO services, you can concentrate more on your core business functions. KPO providers use the latest in software technology and infrastructure. You can be assured of error-free work and speedy deliveries. Next topic is risk. Security classified information about the company can be lost. Key talent retention. The character of the employee and the quality of the work cannot be assured. KPO is time consuming and cannot provide a quick fix to the company seeking immediate results. Lack of communication between partners due to legal, language and cultural barriers can lead to complications. And next topic is e-commerce. E-commerce, short form of electronic commerce, is trading in products or services using computer networks such as the internet. Electronic commerce draws on technologies such as mobile commerce, electronic fund transfers, supply chain management, internet marketing, online transactions, processing electronic data interchange, that is EDI, inventory management system, automated data collection system, etc. Modern electronic commerce typically uses the World Wide Web, that is www, for at least one part of the transaction's life cycle, although it may also use other technologies such as email. There are 6 basic types of e-commerce. First is business to business, that is B2B. B2B e-commerce encompasses all electronic transactions of goods and services conducted between companies. Second is business to consumer, that is B2C. This type of e-commerce is distinguished by establishment of electronic business relationship between businessmen and the final consumers. Third is consumer to consumer, which is C2C. C2C e-commerce encompasses all electronic transactions of goods and services conducted between consumers. Generally, these transactions are conducted through a third party which provides the online platform. Fourth is consumer to business, that is C2B. A large number of individuals make their services or products available for purchase for companies seeking precisely these types of services or products. Fifth is business to administration, or we can say B2A. It encompasses all transactions conducted online between companies and public administration. This is an area that involves a large amount and a variety of services, particularly in areas such as fiscal, social security, employment, legal documents, etc. Sixth is consumer to administration, that is C2A. This model encompasses all electronic transactions conducted between individuals and public administration. Let us discuss advantages of e-commerce. First is, one can easily reach a global market without necessarily implying a large financial investment. Second, by allowing direct interaction with the final consumer, e-commerce shortens the product distribution chains, sometimes even eliminating it completely. Third is, e-commerce allows suppliers to be closer to their consumers or customers, resulting in increased productivity and competitiveness of companies. Fourth is, cost reduction is another very important advantage normally associated with electronic commerce. Fifth is wide selection to cater the needs of every type of customers. While disadvantages of e-commerce are, first is strong dependence on information and communication technologies ICT. Second, lack of legislation that adequately regulates new e-commerce activities both nationally and internationally. Third is market culture is adverse to electronic commerce. Customers cannot touch or try the products. Fourth is the users' loss of privacy, loss of regions and countries, cultural and economic identity. Fifth is insecurity in the conduct of online business transactions. Sixth, on an average, only 1/9 of the stock is available on the net. The next topic is m-commerce. M-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and services through wireless handheld devices such as cellular telephone and personal digital assistants, that is PDAs. M-commerce applications, the general M-commerce applications are, first is mobile ticketing, then mobile vouchers, coupons and loyalty cards. Then another is content purchase and delivers, location based services, information services, mobile banking, mobile brokerage, mobile purchase, etc. Moving ahead to advantages of m-commerce. First is ubiquity. The use of wireless device enables the user to receive information and conduct transactions anywhere at any time. Second is accessibility. The user also has a choice to limit their accessibility to particular person or time. Third is convenience. The portability of the wireless device and its functions from storing data to access to information or persons. Fourth is localization. The emergence of location-specific based application will enable the user to receive relevant information on which to act. Next is instant connectivity, that is 2.5G. Instant connectivity or always on is becoming more prevalent with the emergence of 2.5G networks, GPRS or EDGE. Next is personalization. Personalization will take the form of customized information, meeting the user's preferences, followed by payment mechanism that allow for personal information to be stored, eliminating the need to enter credit card information for each transaction. Then time sensitivity. Access to real-time information such as a stock code that can be acted upon immediately or a sale at a local boutique. Then security. Depending on the specific end user device, the device offers a certain level of inherent security. Last topic of the session is disadvantages of m-commerce. Mobile devices offer limited capabilities such as limited display. The heterogeneity of devices, operating system and network technologies is a challenge for a uniform end-user platform. Mobile devices are more prone to theft and destruction. The communication over the air interface between mobile device and network introduces additional security threats. Let's summarize at the end. Today, we have discussed the concept, nature, scope, business as a system, environment interface, entrepreneurial opportunities